Welcome everyone to another episode of Tasmania slash Hobart rebuild. Obviously, we didn't get what we wanted in the Hobart Hurricane season. We really didn't have a very good season at all, trying to defend our title. You guys were last year, of course, for the loss against Perth, the tie against the Sydney Sixers, and the loss against the Melbourne Renegades. So the next game, the Melbourne Stars, they posted 180 for 7. Hackney 60, a couple of 30s for Casmi and Khan. Thought Charles was good, 1 for 25, Curran 2 for 35, and 3 for 39 for Barnes. Got 164 for 9 in response. Bukowski and Spence led the way for a little bit, and yeah, just didn't get close enough to their total. And then Rickman bowled good, that's good to see for our player, for the other team. Next game against Perth, 170 all out they posted. Good bowling towards the end from Flint and Anthony, 3 wickets apiece, 2 for 18 for Barnes. 173 for 7 in response. Bukowski again, another score of 71. And we done enough to get the win. I'm pretty happy about that. Next game against Adelaide, we posted 151 for 8. Bukowski in very good touch, 42. Edwards 30 and Charles 31 not out. Thought Stanley bowled well for them along with Clark and Marsh. 152 for 3 in response. Stone and McDermott were pretty solid up front. Anthony had a good season with the ball, 2 for 17. Yeah, that just didn't happen for us at all. Like this game here, 149 all out. Collins 67 and 25 and 27 up the top, and then it just crumbled big time. Sean Abbott 3 for 23. Rogers 2 for 25. And yet the other bowls were reasonably expensive, but they just took regular wickets, and this total was pretty comfortably chased with Ellery 48 and Moss 42. 224 for Charles. Not his best work this season, Charles. Like he got taken to in a few games coming up against the Brisbane side here. 110 all out. I thought, yes, we're going to pick up another win. Curran 3 for 26, Anthony 2 for 17. In fact, everyone bowled well. And then we crumble. We're a 91 all out. Very disappointed with this. Coates 3 for 5, 3 for 16 for Mirren. Outstanding stuff from them. Look at that. We were 90 for 6, and then we're a 91 all out. So abysmal batting from the side there. We should have won that game, effectively. Next game was against Adelaide Strikers. 144 for 9 they posted. Witherald and Stone were good up front. And then nothing much else. We fought well to get back. Anthony 2 for 11. 2 for 22 for Curran, 2 for 30 for Charles. They were definitely the best bowlers in our team. 147 for 5. Contributions from 5 of our batsmen there got us a win. Mujib Rahman, 3 for 39. Then the Melbourne Renegades, 175 for 4. Anthony, what a just an absolute standout. We had to play Ferguson because we had another guy called up to we had Sam Curran called up to the England side, I think at this point in time. Yeah, we did. We chased a rod actually, we're 52 for 5, and Townsend and Anthony come to the wicket, and they were both not out the end, 73 for Townsend and 43 for Anthony, but just the damage was done up front, and we had a lot of work to do in the last 10 and just couldn't quite get over the line, but I'm happy we put up a bit of a fight. Final game of the season was against the Sydney Thunder, and only Collins, 71 of 36, looked good against the bowling attack, and yeah, just nothing much else. 4 for Pat Cummins, 2 for Ellis and Wildermuth, and 1 apiece for Lynn and Green, and 124 for 3 in response. Pretty comfortable chase to end a pretty disappointing campaign. We'll just quickly show the campaign. The winners of the title were the Melbourne Stars. Yeah, not a good enough effort considering we made the semi-finals the year before, and the year before that I believe we won it even as well. Yeah, there we go. Winner and semi-final. So yeah, we're in a rebuild again with that team. We're going to have to manage our finances pretty well, but now the start of some Sheffield Shield games. Got a few players swap around. I'm obviously going to bring in Harvey at 6. Stewart's had a few games. Up and coming cricketer. I might give him a bit of a run. Yeah, I am. I'm going to give him a run at 6 for Mackenzie Harvey. We'll bring Kennedy into the bowling attack. he will prop up the order a wee bit because he can bat a little bit. This fella, very good value, and yeah, we'll definitely use him, and we'll bring in Mr. Rickman. And that'll be our bowling attack for today's game. Let's see who else is available. Not too much available. Obviously, I'm not going to pick Bell and Perry, Campbell, or Bailey because they're assigned by the board. And just looking at batting and bowling form, you wouldn't pick them. So yeah, let's go. Let's get a good start. More importantly, very interested to see how Kennedy goes. Matthew into the attack. Steve Smith is getting going. Steve Smith's a fair age now. He's 38. Still a very good contributor for New South Wales. Alright, so we'll bring in Kelly. Finally got the wicket of Steve Smith. Delaney gets the wickets. They've got a good batting lineup. Obviously, Collins been in good form for us in the for the Hobart Hurricanes. Kennedy will pick up his first wicket in Australian competitions. The Irishman. Crucial wicket. Matt Matthew will have to come back in the attack. I have to get some overs out of him. And he will. He gets a wicket. He's had a terrible first spell. He's got to put that behind him. And he has. He's picked up 2 key wickets. Good promising right arm medium fast bowler. We'll bring Kennedy back. Kennedy is going to be amongst the wickets again. That's good. Keep these 2 bowling. So, yeah, it's the end of the day. 287 for 6. I'd say advantage New South Wales. Just due to the fact we haven't had a good season. Good work from Matt Matthew. Picking up his 3rd wicket. Heslip's gone for 90. Good innings from him. Scored a runner ball very quickly. Both, all the 3 guys that have got 50s have given them something to defend anyway. Bring back him. Trying to toil away for another wicket. It's just Cope is batted exceptionally well. Finally get him dismissed. Kelly gets the wicket, and Kelly will pick up a 4 for the veteran in the side. 33 years of age. He's been around a long time. Played a lot of cricket for Tassie. Those are reasonable numbers, you know, like for Australian domestic cricket. He has played for Western Australia as well. It was good for the year. He's obviously played a bit of the Big Bash, been really good for Perth over the years. Right, yeah, so let's go. Let's get a good start here from these 2. So obviously we've got Rashid Khan away on international duty. That's why Kennedy's getting an opportunity. I always sign a reserve player now for when we play like any competition, just in case our frontline player is selected, and then we've got that backup available. 2 key wickets for Dyer. He's got the openers. This man's been in good form this season, Ash Horne. He's played a wee bit of cricket for Australia as well. I'd love to get back into the obviously the setup. Played at it, and he's gone. So this is good from New South Wales. Good line and length. Koski in now. In a bit of a thin batting order now. Stewart. Kennedy adds a bit at 8 anyway. He is a class player. I'm hoping Stewart can get a few runs as well. Stewart, obviously in his first season, signed him up from the youth program. Looks like he's got a wee bit of potential there, like to fill in a middle order spot for when some players do eventually move on or are required to sort of step down from their usual starting positions. Lovely shot from Stewart again. They desperately need a partnership here. Just get within touch of New South Wales to score, which is a very competitive score, by the way. 50 to Wilson. Hoping he kicks on a wee bit too. He's 25 now. He's played 5 test matches. It's a good career so far, but we really want him to take his chance for Australia and get a few hundreds when he next is in there. He'll get another opportunity at some point. He's that good of a player. Oh, Stuart's got a bit of an edge there. It's 167 for 4 at the end of day 2. Pakistan are playing Australia. Who's Australia's line up? Of course, we've got Rooney playing international duty, and Flint has made his debut. Good on him. Good player. Like I'm really happy he got picked. He's really consistent anyway. But he's been. I'll tell you what, he's been in the Australian squad for 4 or 5 seasons, and he just doesn't get a go. And it's good to see that he's going to debut against Pakistan. It's another one for the Tasmanian side that has gone up to the next level. He lost the key wicket to Wilson there. He didn't kick on to make that 100, which is kind of annoying. Stuart's going to bring up his first class 50. 50 off 149 deliveries. He had to fight for it, but yeah, it just puts more pressure on Mackenzie Harvey than before. Mackenzie Harvey's been a good player over the seasons. I reckon he's been a good 6. Also, I like the value of Delaney as well. He's more of a number 8 batsman. He's more of that bowling all-rounder that you just plonk in your team. But just haven't had the options over the seasons. We'll have a look at his stats very quickly because we don't show this too often. I think those are reasonable numbers. Just for a guy that can hold up an end. And yeah, it's okay to get maybe 1 or 2 wickets out of him per match, say in first class cricket, and maybe 1 in every 1 day we play. Stuart's out for 74. That's put us in a bit of a predicament. Now we're going to have to rely on Kennedy a wee bit. Probably could back Kennedy a little bit higher, to be honest. He's got 7 first class hundreds, averages 30 with the bat. Rickman's gone for 11, 283 for 8 now, and he's run out Kennedy. Added a wee bit of time out of the game to our credit. They have to score reasonably fast. Couple of 50s there, nothing much else from the batting. Jeez, Bangladesh gave Afghanistan a bit of a pummeling, don't you think? Right, see how well we go. Kennedy, he'll get another wicket. Right, Rickman and the attack, Matt Matthew. Rickman, wicket to Steve Smith. We're struggling. 199 for 2. They lead by 312. There will be a declaration very shortly, and they have declared with 369 on the board. Nissanka, 119 off 154 deliveries, good from the Sri Lankan. And Colin, he has been a reasonable form for the Hobart Hurricanes, picked up 100. So they scored at 5 and over. Are we good enough to bat out the day? Odds are, I'd say they can bowl us out in that time. Just with the pitch deteriorating as we speak. Pitch conditions are average. The bounce is uneven. The outfield's average a bit as well. I think they'll get 1 new ball as well. They'll get a few overs with that. So just a few factors for our batsmen to contend with. Spence has gone for 22. We've got to be a little bit better than that, guys. Yeah, sure, a no ball. Caught off a no ball. That would be so annoying for the New South Wales side. That edge nearly carried to the slips. A lot of plays and misses now. And, oh, Wilson has been dropped, so they're not taking their chances. They get punished for that. Winters has gone for 21 off 90. Shot, 4 runs. Come on, guys, step up. You've got enough experience now. Like, had some of these guys around for a long time. They should be wise enough to bat for long periods of time. Lovely shot, 4 runs. Yeah, like, it's a bit disappointing that we're not going to defend our Sheffield Shield title as well. I think we had a good team going into this season too. Like, we had the class, but just shows you how good the quality of competition is. But like, it'd be good before the end of the career at some point in the next 5-6 seasons probably to win another maybe 2 titles across all formats. Nice. And that is 50 to Wilson, back-to-back 50s in this game. I think Horne got a 50 in the last innings as well. So continuing his good form. Out for 51 off 126 deliveries. Kovsky gone for a duck. Just when we're starting to sort of build towards that draw, we've left the door open. 6 wickets can easily be taken in a session for them. Want Horne to get that 100. 176 to win. Out of the question, it's only a case of if they can get 6 wickets. It's good batting from Horne. Put up his 100. Quality of this Tasmanian batting lineup hasn't really fired too much at times this season. Has stepped up when it's required. We are going to get a draw out this game. One thing cricket captain could offer, like, you should have the option to talk to the other team if they want to accept a draw. If it doesn't appear they're going to get the wickets. 273 for 4 off 87 overs. 136 for Horne. Put up his 18th 100 for the club. And yeah, we'll just have a wee look to see if Simon Flint has bowled. He's 1 for 62. Of course, Gerald Rooney had to bring up another 100. It's 11th in his career. He's got a triple 100 in Test cricket as well. But yeah, we will be, guys, we will be back for the final game of the season just to wrap things up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode, by the way. Give it a thumbs up. And yeah, we'll see you again